Hey everybody, it's Jack and Dan.
What's up, guys? We're over here at Pope Fitness doing a little update on Brutus's tank because his bamboo is getting a little crazy, starting to grow, and we knew we'd have to trim it. And also, it started getting cold, and with his heater running more, it started to evaporate more. So what we did is we came in here a little earlier today, and we did some. Actually, we came last weekend, did some measurements and stuff like that, and then we built this at home. We're going to take you to the house and show you how we did it. But then we also came in here earlier today and cleaned his filter, cleaned his glass, and added some water because it was evaporating. And we also put some Malaysian trumpet snails in here because we have like 1 billion of them in the Green Lantern tank, right?
Yeah, we wanted to spread them out a little bit.
The plecos in here are doing pretty well, but because the light is on so long here during the day and all these lights are here, algae kind of started to grow a little bit. So we thought some of these Malaysian trumpet snails would help to clean it up. Now, a lot of people don't like them. They're like, hey, you know what? They're going to make a mess or whatever. We don't care. We like them. We think that they work out well.
Cool. I mean, and if he doesn't want them, we'll eat them. Simple.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to eat them. He didn't even notice them when we dumped a whole handful of them in. So they're going to help clean this up. But here's what we're going to do first, guys. We built a little planter top for this, and we're going to be trimming this. We're going to take it to our house real quick, and we're going to show you how we did it. It's real simple, and then we'll come back. Okay, here we are in our little workroom over here. Of course, we got the bamboo planter on our work table because can't have it outside, right? It's starting to snow. So that's in here in the middle of our work table, but we got our new little vacuum for cleanup. We've got super glue that we're going to glue this together with, some sandpaper, our drill. This is a pretty awesome like Bosch drill bit. Let's see if it'll focus on it. Yeah, there it goes. It's like a 4-point glass bit. Now, you don't need this. Obviously, we do drill through glass, and we've done projects we drill through glass with, and we've used this kind of thing before. This is a new one that we have not used before, but we're going to use that. This is like a Lexan material. It's a polycarbonate. Honestly, it's just easier to buy in these pieces. They're small, so we're going to put 2 pieces to slide underneath of Brutus's light. You can see where we kind of measured. We took like a marker up there. This is where the light bar is going to be. We're going to drill some holes for the bamboo to be able to go through with that drill. Again, you don't really need a drill like that for this. You could use really anything because it's basically plastic, but it's a little tougher. It's not going to harm the bit, so we're just going to use it because we are going to use it for glass down the road. These are some old tubes that we no longer use, and we're going to cut them and we're going to super glue them here because we've noticed when you put the bamboo through, it tends to like kind of teeter or totter, especially if the fish hit it. So this will like stabilize it down into the water as it sits in there. So we're just going to kind of show you how we do this and glue it all, and then we'll go back to the gym, Brutus's tank, where we'll be able to put this together, and this will all be dry and ready to go. Okay, so Jack's finishing up the drilling here. Put the holes in this guy. And I cut these guys down with this little hacksaw. Just made them like 2 inches each. I'm going to finish this one when he finishes that one, and then we're going to put this all together. All right, so we finished those holes. Basically, we just put them on top of each other. And again, this is just kind of general. We want it to look kind of natural, and we kind of made the spaces off on purpose because we don't want the bamboo to be like perfectly evenly spaced. So they're going to sit like this. There's going to be a larger space in the middle. There'll be 3 in the front, 3 in the back. Now, we may not use them all. We're just preparing it so that if we get more bamboo and we want to add it, the holes are there. We may only use 2 or 3 of these right now. But this is a big ASMR thing for you, isn't it?
Yes. The
peeling of the the sheets. So he's going to peel all that stuff off. Obviously, there's, clear on one side. This one we fudged up a little, but I'll just kind of clear it up with a whatever knife or whatever. And then I think the other side has the white stuff, right? That one can be hard to get. Oh, you got it? Oh, there you go. Yeah, look at that. Stuff is incredibly clear and nice, yeah. That's right, so we get those off. So you can see there. So what we're going to do then basically is we're going to scuff this up with some sandpaper, and then we're going to glue this here. All right, so Jack's just taking a little piece of the sandpaper sponge that we use for stuff, just kind of scuffing around there. Hold it up to the light so you can see. So you can see if you hold this up to the light, see those little scuff marks? So that's what you want, because that glue, the glue won't work so good on this if it's super smooth. So see how that is? So this is going to get glued onto there. And obviously we'll run this across that too. We'll just kind of you know, boom, boom, boom. And then those will get glued on there. These were about $4 a piece, which is pretty good deal. So $8, this whole top planter thing that we're making. This we obviously had around the house. We always have super glue around. So $8 total for this whole planter idea. Pretty cheap, huh?
Yep.
Planter / lid. All right, Jack's cleaning up with the fancy new Simplicity vacuum there you love so much, huh?
Yeah.
Thing rocks. I'm gonna clean this all up. Look at that planter though. This is doing good. This is a planter that Jack and I made a couple years ago out of an old aquarium that we used as an aqua cave for ice digi. It's got the drain holes. We keep it on the patio set, but when it starts to get cold, we bring it in. All right, so Jack's doing this. We got like this gel super glue. It's a little easier to work with. He's putting it on the rim of there. He's handing it to me. I'm popping them down on here. Okay, guys, so there it is. We did notice when we were doing this, Jack was like, hey, there's some that are different color. One of these tubes is pretty old. It was kind of like discolored a little bit. No big deal. We just made sure we put all those at the same time so it didn't look weird. So all of these nice clear ones are going to be like in the front. The light bar should sit right in the middle of these going across. They'll just come together like this. And these will go in the back, and then they'll cover the hole, and everything should be fine right with the world. And the bamboo, as it gets longer, we'll just stick it through these. We are going to trim probably one off and maybe take 1 or 2 with us from home just to kind of get it started. But basically, we'll have room for 12. And what this will do is this will kind of support the, bamboo so that it doesn't move sideways to sideways. And you can see when it has the branches here like this, these branches will just kind of go down into that little piston there and then come out the top. And then the bottom will go into the water and more roots will grow and it'll be awesome. So we'll see you guys back at the gym, right?
Yep.
All right, so first we're going to start out here and just kind of show you the update. We did get some nice folding chairs. Those were like those nice folding chairs at Costco that actually kind of matched all the, motif here and everything.
I like those barbecue chairs, but they look nice here.
Yeah, they're nice. Well, they match. And the reason that we got that is because this is the chiropractor's office over here, and this is one of the other trainers over here. And basically when people were waiting, that's why we put Brutus in here and put this tank in here and everything.
They could have a seat and watch Brutus.
Yeah, they could hang out. They could sit down, hang out with Brutus, and he's very incredibly personable. Everyone here loves him. I mean, they just love him. Everyone comes up.
Not to love.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Big orange fish.
Yeah, as soon as anyone comes up to the tank, he turns around, he comes up to you, he says hi. We actually just fed him because we didn't want him to try to eat the snails when we dumped them in. So we fed him, and so he's still kind of picking at that. When the food gets in the filter, it kind of comes down, and then he grabs it and everything. But this is this little table here. We did a whole video on how we made it and everything. These are Pamela's cards right here. Of course, there's her Wonder Woman superhero theme, and she comes and blows kisses to Brutus 1,000 times a day. She loves having him here at work. This is the chiropractor's information here and everything that works with her here. And Brutus just kind of oversees everything, which is a great place to put their cards because people come up to say hi to Brutus and like, oh, I need a trainer or whatever. You can see that the little albino plecos are doing pretty good in there, and he doesn't pay them any attention. There's a couple by the heater over there. There's about 5 or 6 of them in. But again, they just have a hard time kind of keeping up with all of the algae and everything just because these lights are on all the time. We did turn them down a little bit, so they're only at like 20% as opposed to like 100%, which is bright enough because he like glows in the dark. He's so orange anyway.
Yeah, he's bioluminescent.
I mean, he really is very easy to see, only at 20%. So yeah, so hopefully between the snails and the plecos, that'll keep this kind of stuff clean. Again, we really haven't had to clean it very much. We're just keeping the lights down a little lower. We did just clean the glass, only for, I think, the 3rd time. There he goes. He grabbed another piece of food right there. We did clean the glass. I think that was like the 3rd time ever since we put him in here a few months ago. And so this is how this whole top came out. Again, we just have one of these little like aqua clear 50s on here, and it's more than enough just for him. With all this bamboo and everything, there's nothing. We only did 1 water change since he's been in here. So these bamboo are really doing awesome. And that's one of the reasons we made this top the way that we did. So you can see how this planter that we built here just kind of sits right on either side of the top here. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but we made it, right? Yes. It just squeezed in there. And so
basically pushed all the cylinders to the edge.
Yeah. So basically what that's going to do is you can see that covers most of the top there except for a little slit. That's going to help with some of the evaporation. And as these guys grow, we wanted to have something to do with them. And so we've done this on some of our other tanks. Go ahead and just show them how you're going to clip this guy off of here. Just clip that one up there. That's going to be the first one we do. And you just kind of cut it off by the bottom. Okay? And that's basically what you do. And what'll happen here when you trim those, the way that this bamboo works, more sprouts or arms will basically just grow out of this spiral, and they will continue to grow. And as they do, or as they get taller, when they get thick enough like this one, we basically trim them and put them in these little guys. I would probably take these last few little leaves off of this. Here, I'll take the scissors from you so you can use both your hands. Just kind of pull those last few little leaves off of there. See how easy that is to do, guys? Yeah, maybe that one too, because they'll just go down into the water and they'll rot. All right, you can just kind of reach up in there. You can do from the side or whatever. And we're just gonna kind of start it right there. Just make sure it kind of goes down into the little hole. There you go. Yeah, that's far enough. Now let's just make sure it's touching the water. As long as it's, see it right there? So you can actually pull it out a little bit. What'll happen here is these little leaves, because we made this little tunnel the way that we did with the old stacks, is that'll kind of hold that in place so that it won't tilt or slant. You can see how nice that'll look when we end up trimming more, and we'll just add one at a time. We'll probably fill the back first, and then we'll fill the front, and then we'll end up, you know, taking other ones home if we have to or whatever. But see how that goes down in there? Now what'll happen with that is that will sprout some roots. Let me kind of focus in on it. Where is it? There it is. That'll actually end up sprouting roots in it. It won't focus. Oh, there it is. See how that is? So right at the end there, you can see tiny little fibers. Those will end up turning into roots, and that'll end up rooting. You didn't finish your food, Brutus. Come up over here. He might be wigged out because we're filming. Don't be shy, buddy. He's never shy, but it's just funny when we have the camera on. So anyway, those will end up rooting, and then that'll fill that whole top up. But the nice part is we'll still be able to lift this light fixture up between all of these, and of course take those off, and we can lift that whole. That's one of the reasons that we did two pieces too, is because that would be pretty huge if we had all that bamboo. So we'll just be able to kind of take that off and set it down on like a towel or something, take another one off, and you could actually slide that out. Even when they grow roots, you could slide it out. We could clean it if we have to and put it back on. So I think it looks great, man. I mean, honestly, for like $8 and like, what did it take us? Half an hour? 20 minutes?
It looks good. Yeah.
It's a great little DIY top. Looks pretty even and everything. You can see they're already steamed up from the, you know, water kind of coming up them.
It's kind of like, well, it already was, but it's more so like the tilapia farming type of thing.
Yeah,
except
right.
We're not going to eat them. You know, it's just he's giving the nitrates, the nitrate exchange.
They're going to help to remove the waste. You can see how clear this water is, guys. And again, we only did one water change. That was like a month and a half or 2 months ago. It just stays really clear with this bamboo. You can see the roots going down in here, just into these faces. Again, the plecos go down in here and help to clean, but the snails, once they get in there, are really going to tear that out. And again, we can remove them and clean them, but we probably won't have to do it very often. We did also end up taking that sculpture out because it was just kind of in his way, and we just want to give him more room. You could see he just moved this gravel, kind of scooped it all out. That's where he hangs out back there, and then as soon as someone comes in a tank, he comes right up here.
And you can also, I mean, you don't have to use it with bamboo because bamboo looks cool, but if you wanted to eat the type of things you could do.
Yeah, you could do plants.
Grapes, strawberries, maybe, all different types of things.
Well, that's what we're going to start doing with our pond.
Yeah.
We're going to start doing more aquaponics.
A farming type of mechanism.
Yeah, very easy to make. I mean, you can see how it just sits right in there. There's the back ones. We just super glued them on. And there's the front ones. It's super, super easy to make some sort of, you know, carriage for plants like this. But basically, it's just going to fill this top more and more. They'll grow roots. We will do an update on it, of course. And we just wanted to kind of show how he was doing and everything. We wanted to show how Brutus in the tank was doing here. And well, we did want to kind of show too, I mean, obviously they've done a lot here at the gym. They did this big Ohio Pope thing over here on the wall, which is really cool.
As you can see here, I don't know if you can see we're on the camera, but it's
they did a gorilla.
Kind of an outline of a gorilla.
Yeah, they're working on that next. They're doing a lot of murals in here.
They had that before, like that chain thing, but then you can see they added the stripes to make it look like a football field.
Yep.
Football.
And I think it's 80 yards, because I counted 8 sections of those. So yeah, 80 yards is not quite as long as a football field, but I think all the way to the wall is, but they left some of that unmarked down there because that's where they have other things. And then of course, you know, just adding tons of equipment, really awesome. It's actually a Saturday night, right before they close. There, of course, is Pamela's office over there. Just show that one more time again.
It's good for training.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Look at his field, guys. They just got it marked up.
I mean, I do it all the time. I use a sled on this.
Yeah. So super, super, super neat. Goes all the way down there, and then that they left kind of open for other stuff. So the gym is really coming along awesome. I really like the Ohio thing with the Pope and the guys, but there is, you know, Pamela's office, her trophies, totally doing awesome there. They got a lot of merch here and everything like that. More pictures and posters of Don. This is when they did the lift a car thing up. I mean, he just did so many feats of strength. They got the Atlas balls here. It's so neat, all the things that he's done. The refrigerators, there he is carrying the refrigerators. Yeah, but yeah, overall, I mean, the gym is coming around. It's doing amazing. Really, really great. We'll put links in the description and everything. But again, Brutus has just made an awesome little mascot here. Everybody loves him. Everybody loves the tank. It's a great place for people to come and sit. Maybe they're waiting for somebody or waiting for their trainer, for the chiropractor. And Brutus just loves all the attention, don't you, buddy? He just loves it. We're so happy we ended up putting this all together. We did this whole entire thing for like, I think it was about 80 bucks we put into it. So really reasonable, really lots of DIY type of stuff with the stand and everything. But we just wanted to kind of do an update on how this is all going. If you want to use bamboo, we highly recommend it because it does an amazing job of pulling out nitrates, and really you hardly have to do any water changes or hardly any filtration. That little kind of hang on the back gives him a little bit of air bubbles there, especially when the water goes down a little bit, and he has been just happy as ever. You will see that the heater is on because we're, you know, heading into some cold weather, so he's loving it. And so this is like a Saturday night, that's why it's quiet right now. We actually asked him to turn the music off so you guys could hear us and everything. But just a couple people here on a Saturday night before they close. He's gonna go for some more food maybe. No, he changed his mind. He sits by the filter, and when it comes down off the filter, he grabs it. He's so funny. All right, guys, so we just wanted to do an awesome update on Brutus here and how everything was going with him. And you know what Jack was reminding me of? I totally forgot. This summer, we did a commercial here that we started, right?
Yes.
I totally forgot about that. Pamela and Pope got together and they did like a whole commercial thing that they used for social media and I think some local TV and stuff like that. And Jack and I and some other people were like kind of actors in it.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's only like a minute long, but you know what? We'll put it at the end of the video. I think it has some rock music to it or something like that.
It's
but
cool. It just shows us doing different exercises.
Yeah,
That's
like
fun.
it shows Pamela training us basically because the commercial is to promote the training and stuff like that. But anyway, that's awesome. So what we'll do is we'll put it at the end of the video. Check it out, guys. And hey, we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.